Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I am doing the first project, starting the first project for Scrapbooking with me. I have joined their design team and I'm really excited about that. And so our kit this time for the month of August had this beautiful 6x6 paper pad called In Vogue. And then we got a large sheet for cut apart. And I knew right away that I had to make a mini album out of this. So I want to show you what we're going to be using today and probably put the pages together today. And then I will have another video out on Friday. So obviously we're going to be using this paper pad and some of the other stuff that's from our kit. The laces, the papers. And then you're going to need some chipboard. Now, Miss E sells this chipboard in her shop, and matter of fact, this is where this came from. And so you're going to need 3 pieces of chipboard. You're going to need one piece that measures 3 by 6.5, and this is for the spine. And then you're going to need 2 pieces of chipboard that are 6.5 by 6.5. Now I have 2 different kinds of black cardstock here. The first black cardstock is just lightweight, 65-pound weight cardstock. I will be using that to wrap my album in. And it's very important that you use lightweight cardstock for the outer side because it won't crack. But for the pages, I'm going to be using this very stiff. This is, I think it's 200 GSM, or like maybe 110 pounds cardstock. These are for the pages because you want the pages to be sturdy and hold up. And then, of course, you're going to need your scoreboard. Now, if you don't have a scoreboard, that's okay. You can take your paper trimmer and use a scoring tool or a pen top to score with. Or you can take a ruler and measure out your measurements and hold your ruler down and score right beside your ruler. Now, I'm also going to be using some little punches. I'm going to be using a border punch. This one is by Friskers, but you don't have to. This is definitely optional. And I'm going to be making a couple of pages with this 6-inch punch here. This is a, I wouldn't say it's kind of a doily, but it is, but it isn't. But it's a beautiful punch. It's a mini 8 punch, and it's really pretty. But there again, this is optional as well, and that will come later on. And then, of course, you need your paper trimmer. And if you don't have a paper trimmer, that's okay too. You can use a ruler and scissors. So we are going to get started with our pages. Now, like I said, on the pages, I am using heavy-duty cardstock. The very thick cardstock. And I wrote out some measurements here for you. So we are going to cut 4 sheets, 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, and then we're going to cut 4 sheets at 7 1/4 by 6 1/4. So let's open this up. So 6 1/4 is the first big line after the 6, or the third line on there. Okay. Excuse me, I had to change my blade. I forgot. I had my dull blade in there that I used to cut chipboard with. So I don't want to mess my paper up. So we're doing 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. So that's 1. And keep your scraps. Don't throw your scraps away. We will be using scraps. I'm just trying to get this lined up pretty perfect. I mean, for the pages, it does matter if you're even or not. You want all your pages to be even. one more this size. Remember, this is a 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. Okay, so that's 4 of those. That's gonna get it all right. Now these we are going to cut at 7 1/4 by 6 1/2. No, excuse me, by 6 1/4. Okay, so we have 8 pages now. We have 4 that are 6 1/4 by 6 1/4 and 4 that are 7 1/4 by 6 1/4. So now let's work on our pages. So we're going to take our 6 1/4 and then we're going to take our 7 1/4. Need our scoreboard. And we're going to score these on the 7 1/4 side at a 1/2 inch. And then I just flip it around just in case the paper is wonky or something. I'll get a 1/2 inch on each side. And a 1/2 inch. So you want a 1/2 inch on each side. So we're going to score each one of those that way. Do one more together here. Okay, so we have all those done. Now we're just going to fold our paper. And we're going to burnish them. Okay. And then we're going to take one of our 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, and this is going to be our pages right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue. Now you can use score tape. You can use 1/2 inch score tape if you want, or you can use wet glue. I am out of score tape, so I am going to be using glue. And so I like my glue better, sometimes anyway. So I'm just going to put a little glue on the edge there. And then we're going to take this and we're going to line it up against the bottom here. So the edge will be, and make sure it's even. That's another advantage of using wet glue. You have a moment or two to finagle it around. Okay. Then we're just going to add another little bit of glue on this side. And because you've already evened it out, your pages is even. Okay, so we have made one of our pages now. This is the opening. So the openings are going to go in the book like this. So this is the top of our page. This is the bottom of our page. Let's do one more together. Line the bottom up. Make sure that it's even. I'm sorry, that may be off camera. And then add a little bit of wet glue on this side. bend it over and then burnish it down. That's 2 pages. Okay, so we have our 4 pages done now. And I'm doing in black because I love the way the color just pops off of it. So now we're going to work on some of the inserts for our pages. Let me put this back up. Okay. So now we're going to get our trimmer out and we're going to cut some paper down. So now we're going to cut down a page that is 6 1/4, because that's going to be the length of our album as well. So 6 1/4 by 5 3/4. Actually by 6, excuse me. Okay, let's do another one. So 6 3/4. Excuse me, 6 1/4 by 6. Okay. And I'll make sure I have all these measurements below in the description box. So let's build one side of our first page. Now when you're doing your pages, you want to make sure that your side or openings are on the side like this, because this will be the top of your page and this will be the bottom of your page here. So I'm going to take one of these and I'm just going to score at 1/2 inch on the 6 1/4 side, and do the same with the other one. Oops, that's the page. Sometimes you might want to give it a second burnish, because a second score, because this is very thick paper. Now you can put these little flaps on the sides of your page or on the top and the bottom. I'm doing top and the bottom on this one. Get this over out of the way. So this is going to fit like right here. And the other one is going to fit on the bottom like this. Okay? So we're just going to add a little bit of glue. So I cut this about 1/4 inch shorter than the page because I didn't want it to stick out over the page. So I'm going to line this up with the top of the page. And I forgot to mention that you will need some thin magnets, or you don't have to use magnets, either way. But I'm going to probably be using a magnet on this page, so I'm going to be dropping that down like that. And then I'm going to put glue on this end. And put it on the bottom of the first page. Okay, so when you open up the album, you're going to open it up like this. Like so. Okay? So that would be page 1. And I think, yeah, I was going to punch that, but I can do that later. It's no problem. Alright, so for page 2, we are going to make a little pocket. And I don't think I want it this high up. So let's just trim a little bit off of this. Let's do a 3-inch pocket. Line it up. Now this is using your scraps we want to try to use our scraps up. So, and then of course, we're just going to make it 6 1/4. Actually, we're going to go 7 1/4. Because we want some room to be able to give us a little gusset for our pocket. So we're going to score on this, on the 7 1/4 side, we're going to score 1/2 inch on each side. And we're going to score 1/4 inch on the bottom. Okay. Then I'm just going to take some scissors here and cut the corners off down here at the bottom. And then give this a burnish. That's pretty good. I may not need to cut any more off of that. Sometimes you might want to cut a little bit more off of your corner here, just so you take some bulk out of it. Okay, so this is our page 2 here, and we're going to put this on the bottom of our page right here, or you can put it on the side of your page like this and make a little side pocket out of it. Okay, but I'm going to go at the bottom on this one, and I'm just going to put some glue on all 3 sides. And then glue that down to the bottom of the page. Okay, so that's page 1. Page 2 has a little pocket here. Okay, let's do page 3. Okay, sorry about that, my camera shut off. But what we're doing is we're going to cut 2 pages here that are 6 1/4 by 6 3/4. 6 1/4 by 6 3/4. Okay. And then we're going to score each one of these pieces on the 6 3/4 side at 1/2 inch. Oops. Okay. And then I'm going to use my little punch on these. Goodness gracious. Forgot to get the edge. This edge. All right. Okay. And we're only putting the decorative edge on one side because the other one will be covered up. Okay, let's bring our pages out. Now we're going to make sure that our page is open on the edge. And we are going to stick this on the sideways. So it's going to be on the side of the page. So I'm just going to add a little glue. Uh-oh. might have left the pen out too long. Okay. Add a little glue. And then we're going to, here's our opening. You always want to make sure you know where the openings are on the pages so that you put it on the right side. Okay, I'm going to lay that down like that so our page opens up this way. Where's my bone folder? Just going to go over this. Make sure it's nice and tight. And we will be putting paper over this. This is the tedious part of building the mini album. The fun part, of course, is decorating it. Just missed a little piece of glue there. Okay. And then we're going to take this piece and glue it on this side. Make sure I get the edges good. And I'm just turning it around like this so that I can see what I'm doing. I'll line it up to the edge there. Okay. So we have another pocket like this. Open it up, and then we'll have a middle pocket. Okay. So that is page 3. And then page 4 and 5 are going to be a little bit the same. We're going to make a double page spread like this. And I'm trying to check the time because I don't want to get cut off. So I think we'll save for page 4 and 5 for the next time on Friday. And then we'll see where we are, see where we wind up at on Friday. Now, I do want to apologize to you if you're seeing a bunch of ads on my videos. Please be patient with me and hang in there because I am trying to correct it. My laptop took a, it just not doing well. And so I have been given a small little laptop and I'm working on trying to get it going again. And so I will fix the advertisements mid-roll as quickly as I possibly can. So please hang in there with me, and I apologize for that. And make sure if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do by hitting that subscribe button down there. Don't forget to tap the bell so you can be notified as often as you want to be. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you on Friday for part 2 of our In Vogue mini album. Bye.